Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon, brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
Introducing a revolutionary new way to bank and borrow.
Hello, I'm Deanna, your Video Advisor Network Associate, Vanna. Whatever field you're in, no matter how busy you are, we can connect face-to-face to help you meet your financial goals. Just tap and go.
Well, this is amazing.
By the way, what's the calf's name?
It's Vanna.
Vanna from American Heritage brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology. Come join American Heritage Credit Union today.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the St. Luke's Penn Foundation live event. Again, my name is Julia Rose, and we're so excited to be here tonight for the Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Here is your host tonight, and again, very grateful, very excited to be with everyone. Now, for the past 2 years, the Hope-A-Thon was held in our WFMZ studios. This year, we are broadcasting for the first time in front of a live audience at Emmanuel Leidy's Church in Souderton. We'll be here with our live audience until 8 o'clock, and we hope you'll stay with us for the duration of the show. The Hope-A-Thon is a night to raise funds and awareness for St. Luke's Penn Foundation. For 67 years, the organization has been providing innovative, compassionate mental health and substance use treatment services for individuals of all ages. In 2021, Penn Foundation joined St. Luke's University Health Network, creating one of the largest fully integrated networks of mental health and addiction services in Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. St. Luke's Penn Foundation serves more than 15,000 children, adolescents, and adults each year through its 25 programs and 9 office locations. Its integrated, holistic approach ensures that every individual receives the personalized care they need to bring balance back into their lives. Tonight, we will once again hear inspirational stories of hope from clients and learn more about the mental health and addiction treatment programs available right here in our region. So joining me now is Dorothy Week-Hange, Board Chair of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. Hi, Dorothy. It is great to have you here.
Thanks, Julia. It's great to see you. Great to be here. Thank you to everybody that is here. Can you hear me all right? Sorry. That is here this evening. We want to particularly thank, as Wayne said, American Heritage, who is our presenting sponsor, but we also want to thank WFMZ for everything that you guys are doing tonight, and plus over the last couple of years where we, with COVID, we were forced is a strong word, but to reinvent what do we do with our annual event, and so we're delighted to be able to meet in person again, but also use what FMZ can do for us. So I also want to thank everybody sitting in this room, like Wayne said, just to reiterate that Penn Foundation cannot do what we do without every single one of you in here. Penn Foundation was created to benefit the community, and our community has done nothing but support us through all of these years, and you are all integral to that, and we thank you very much, and we hope that this evening is a great evening, learning even more about what we do and the people that we serve and help.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, tonight we're going to build upon the support in the room as we come together with our viewers' help as well to raise funds for Penn Foundation's 25 mental health and addiction treatment programs. And Dorothy, as Penn Foundation continues to face challenges with the pandemic and, of course, the ongoing opioid epidemic, just how important is tonight?
Tonight is, like you said, COVID was such a altering event for everything that, it touched on so many parts of our lives, but then as time started passing, Here we are. We are 1 year into what the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry and Children's Hospital Association has called a national emergency for children's mental health and behavioral health. This was something that as we were scrambling and coping and trying to figure out how to deal with COVID, now we are starting to see the effects of everything on our kids and our families, and Penn Foundation services are needed more than they ever were. And in addition to that, the opioid epidemic that was going on for years before this continues to unfortunately exist and grow. In the last 12-month period, overdose deaths have exceeded 100,000. So all of the challenges that Penn Foundation and our community have faced are still there, and if anything, are even worse than they were. So what we do now, with Penn Foundation in Sellersville and in all of our areas, and St. Luke's, because they have, throughout their network, they have behavioral health, it's crucial. We have to keep meeting our needs in the community.
Yeah, and mental health and addiction certainly doesn't discriminate. We all know someone or have been directly impacted by this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, this is one of those things that mental health and behavioral health and substance abuse disorder has been around for a long time. But COVID and everything has changed so that now it's, like you said, everybody knows somebody who's touched by this. And so that if events like what we're doing tonight can help raise awareness, can help lower the stigma so that every single person who needs help has the courage to take the first step to come out and get it, that is what we're here for. And the biggest challenge for why we have events like this is that so many of our programs are either underfunded or not funded at all. I mean, we actually have some programs that are so important, there's no funding for them. So Penn Foundation says, you know what, we're just going to pay for it. Well, that's where we need your help, and that's where so many of you are so crucial in helping us meet that need.
And it really is twofold. I mean, one, it's just getting the information out there and people realizing there is help, and that's just so important. But as you mentioned, donations have already been pouring in ahead of tonight's event. So just how close are we to the $150,000 goal?
I know, that is our goal for the evening. We are delighted to announce that as of 7:05, so far to start our evening, and again, thanks so much to so many of you who have gotten us to this point. We are already at $96,000
Wow,
for the evening.
That's incredible.
Yes.
But we do have more to go. Again, our goal is $150,000. So if you are watching and feel inspired to give, there are a few ways to do so. Donations can be made by calling 215-882-2005 or going to pennfoundation.org and following the link to donate. Also on the website, you can get information about the online silent auction that's happening right now. And there are dozens of items to bid on, but we will have a little more on that coming up later on in our program. All right, so now let's go to our first story of hope, and it features a Penn Foundation's early intervention program, and it's a program designed to help families with children ages birth to 3 who have a 25% or more delay in any area of development, whether it's cognitive, speech, physical, emotional, social, and self-help. So watch now as Summer, mother of Massimo, tells us about their journey and how Massimo is doing today.
My son Massimo is 3.5 years old, and he is sweet and silly and keeps us very busy. Being a new parent, you're nervous, you hope you're doing things right. And then COVID, it was incredibly isolating. There was no mommy and me story time to go to. We weren't seeing friends and family. Some of the things that Massimo was delayed on, we wouldn't have noticed. We had no interaction with peers to compare. Massimo was struggling a little bit with meeting some of his milestones. We'd go to the pediatrician and he wasn't quite sitting up when they wanted him to, and then he didn't quite have as many words as they wanted him to. Maybe we're not quite where we want to be. Maybe Massimo's a little behind in some things. My son's primary struggle was physical. He was a little late to sit up, a little late to walk. He had some muscle weakness that we needed to work on. So we got involved with Penn Foundation through our pediatrician's referral to early intervention. It was a very casual mention, but I got home, I looked it up, I called right away, I gave a little bit of information, and then we set up a Zoom assessment. It was easy. We met with a team who evaluated Massimo and figured out what services we could use. They explained to me how the focus of early intervention was to help the parent do the job of raising the child in their home environment to make the day-to-day living easier and smoother for the family. And then we got the ball rolling. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. What would this involve? What did we need to do? What would it be like? And then we got started, and it was amazing. Suddenly we had appointments every week that frankly we both looked forward to. It was like a play date. I got to talk to an adult about my kid. My kid got help from an expert. It was great. We used a lot of PT. We also used speech therapy. He didn't quite have as many words as the pediatrician would have liked him to have. So we used speech therapy, physical therapy. Later, we also added occupational therapy. We used all the services. We did it on Zoom because of the pandemic. So a typical appointment, we'd get out the iPad and have a play date with a friend on the iPad. He thought he was playing. Massimo enjoyed his early intervention sessions, particularly speech therapy. Miss Julie would just come and play. He loved it. Physical therapy was a little harder for him. Miss Deb would be very patient. Sometimes he would cry when Miss Deb came because he knew he was gonna have to work hard. We never felt intimidated or put on the spot by the therapist. They don't push you, they don't make you feel uncomfortable. They were great, they were professional, they were kind, they became our friends. The early intervention team felt like a lifeline for us. And we had these professionals showing up for us every week to help. And they were just more people on my kids' team who wanted to help. We looked forward to seeing them, and it was great. It felt like a huge benefit for our family. It gave my kid a boost when he needed it, and it helped me to learn how to help him in ways that I wouldn't have known without their assistance. Massimo is doing great. For a kid who's a little slow to talk, he now never stops talking. He is curious, and he is always surprising us and making us laugh with the things he comes out with. One exciting accomplishment that Massimo achieved, we participated in a program where the kids read 1,000 books before kindergarten. And when they accomplish that, there's a graduation ceremony. They receive a special book in their honor that is kept at the library, and they get to be the first to take out their book. So we have a book lover now. You cannot hold this kid back. He is so active. Our living room is an obstacle course all day long. He is jumping on the trampoline and then the couch, and then he's standing on one foot. All the things we worked so long and so hard to get him to do, now he's doing. And as he's jumping from the ottoman to the couch, he'll yell, "I am using my body muscles." He feels empowered too. He knows he's stronger, and it feels good to him. He struggled for a long time, and now he is strong, and it's exciting that he can stand on one leg and pull himself up on the trampoline bar. He's loving it. He's doing great, and we really think early intervention had a lot to do with that. Now I tell everyone because I had never heard of it before, and it was such a help to our family. So I tell all the moms I know. I would tell a parent at the beginning of their early intervention journey, don't hesitate. If your child is behind, you want to get started right away. If you qualify for early intervention, do it. It's wonderful.
Wow, that was awesome. Well, thank you, Summer, for having the courage to share your family's story and for spreading the word about early intervention. Your willingness to do this will no doubt help families with young children who have significant delays find the hope and help they need. So joining me now is Wayne McGrower, the president of St. Luke's Penn Foundation. And Wayne, how does it make you feel to hear Summer talk about her success story?
Well, Julie, it's a wonderful thing. This is exactly why Penn Foundation is here. And last year, we served almost 16,000 people, and every one of those people was special. Everyone had a unique individual story. And I think one of the things that you heard in this video is that Penn Foundation's programs are custom tailored to meet the needs of the individual and the family. So that happens across all of our 25 programs. Most of those programs are community-based. They happen in the community, in people's homes, in doctors' offices, in a whole variety of settings. But I think one of the things that made me feel great about this is it just reflects the depth and the strength of the Penn Foundation staff, their commitment to coming up with solutions. Because as parents, I mean, one of the things that we all want is we want our children, we want our families to have full and meaningful lives. And we all want to have hope. So by asking for help, by finding resources, by making a connection with Massimo's pediatrician, this family found the help that they needed.
And no doubt they did, and others, so many others out there need help. And I assume, based on what she said, that early intervention can be different just depending on each child or each person's individual circumstances. Is that fair?
Exactly. What Penn Foundation does, what our early intervention team does, I would characterize as assessment and case management. So many of the services that Massimo received and experienced didn't happen from Penn Foundation staff, but our staff was the glue that put together the treatment plan that this family and Massimo benefited from, and then we organized the services around Massimo to see that he got what he needed when he needed it from people that we knew and respected and trusted.
And you've mentioned Massimo and family, keyword there, family. Why is it so important that this is an all-encompassing program?
Well, I think everything that Penn Foundation does, we recognize the importance of family. One of the things that I often talk about is when I worked at Penn Foundation the first time and had the privilege of working with our founding medical director, Dr. Norman Laux. He always talked to me about how it took a community, how it really was important to think about Penn Foundation services as just one of the caring services in the community. You know, the others were primary care doctors, corporations, churches, the pastoral community. I think what happens, though, at Penn Foundation that's really unique and special is we marshal those resources and we involve the family to the fullest extent possible. And that certainly always has to be the case when you're treating children and adolescents.
So it's not cliche, it really does take a village.
It really does take a village. And Dr. Laux thought about that in 1955, long before it became, popular parlance.
Well, thank you so much, Wayne. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And tonight, we hope that supportive community grows even more as we continue to raise funds for Penn Foundation's 25 mental health and substance abuse treatment programs. We have had some incredible lead sponsors of tonight's event, and we will now take a few minutes to thank them for their generosity and continued support. American Heritage Federal Credit Union, and 3 returning Partner in Hope sponsors, Bergey's Dealership, Univest Financial, and WFMZ. Let's now hear a word from these sponsors.
WFMZ has been keeping you connected for 45 years.
WFMZ Plus lets you take the power of WFMZ TV with you anywhere.
It's the local news you trust, plus your favorite syndicated shows, all in one place, streaming live or on demand.
WFMZ Plus is free and easy to download. It's available on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, or on the go using iPhone or Android.
WFMZ Plus is everywhere you go.
For more than 145 years, Univest has partnered with our local business community to support growth and to help achieve their goals. And we've never forgotten the values and principles that have shaped us, building personal relationships, listening to needs, and delighting our customers. Add local decision-making and a comprehensive menu of financial solutions. And it's time to see what's possible with Univest. Univest Banking, Insurance, and Investments. Financial solutions for your business.
At Bergey's Auto Group, we are creating new ways to be driven to serve.
Our local dealerships deliver a transparent, fast, and convenient sales process that our customers love. You can shop from home or in our showrooms.
Bergey's is also a great place to sell your car. Visit Bergeys.com and get a Kelly Blue Book certified offer for your vehicle in minutes.
Start your Bergey's experience at Bergeys.com.
Bergey's, a trusted name since 1924.
Driven to serve!
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
For over 70 years, American Heritage Associates have been bringing personalized financial solutions to our members. I'm proud to introduce our newest associate, Vanna.
I'm Paige, your Vanna video advisor. We can connect face-to-face, wherever you are, no matter how busy you are, for a revolutionary way to achieve your financial goals. How can I help you today?
Vanna brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology, banking and borrowing your way. Join American Heritage today.
Welcome back to the St. Luke's Penn Foundation Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Joining me now is Dale Westwood, Hope-A-Thon the committee chair and member of the St. Luke's Penn Foundation Board of Directors. Dale, pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting.
Of course, happy to be here. So how long have you been involved with Penn Foundation and why do you choose to volunteer?
I have been involved with the Penn Foundation volunteering for quite a while. The chair of the Autumn Hope-A-Thon for, I think it's the last 7 or 8 years. And the reason that I volunteer is as many of our viewers, so I'm going to get emotional, as many of our viewers and people in the audience have experience with people that have struggled with addiction and mental health challenges. And I also know that how important it is for them to partner with a healthcare professional. And Penn Foundation does an awesome job with helping families and individuals through this very difficult journey. The staff all the staff at Penn Foundation are compassionate, committed, dedicated to the success of every one of our patients, and I'm very proud to be a part of this committee and this organization.
Thank you for sharing that. And I too know so many people that have been impacted, and it's just such important work. Looking around tonight, it's an incredible event. Obviously, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a village, to use that again. How do you get it all done?
Yeah. Well, we have a tremendous committee, and a lot of them are in this room tonight. And we have a lot of creative folks who come with awesome ideas, and they all are very excited that this year we can be together, but also have the live stream so that we can let many more people know about the amazing work that we do at the Penn Foundation.
We got the best of both, virtual and live.
Right.
So let's talk a little more about the goals we're trying to accomplish and get an update on our new total. Okay. How much have we raised, Dale, at this point?
Well, I have it written.
So remember, the goal is $150,000.
Yes, our goal is $150,000. We so far have raised $102,585.
Wow, so, we're getting there.
Yes.
We are getting there, making a lot of progress. If you are watching and haven't yet donated, there are 3 easy ways to contribute. Donations can be made by calling 215-882-2005 or by going to pennfoundation.org and following the link to donate. Also on the website, you can get information about the online silent auction happening right now. And Dale, we haven't really heard about the items yet of that auction, so give us a breakdown.
Okay, we have some incredible items. You can see over there we have a bicycle that was donated by a custom bike by Bike and Soul that is branded with the St. Luke Penn Foundation. We've got all kinds of baskets, theme baskets. We've got cookies. We've got family outings. We've had sports tickets, earrings, all kinds of stuff.
What are the hottest items?
Hottest
we have to
items.
know. What are the hottest items?
The hottest, the bike is a hot item.
Okay.
The Eagles tickets donated by QNB Bank. We have 2 great overnight excursions. One is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and the other one is Lambertville, New Jersey, donated by businesses and individuals. And another one is the Sunday brunch for two at Hotel Bethlehem.
Got it all covered. Bikes, food, tickets, a lot of great items, and there's so many more. So make sure you check that out. A lot of great items you can win. Thank you so much, Dale.
Thank you.
Well, whether you are tuning in from home or are here at Leidy's Emmanuel Church, we invite you to be part of the Hope-A-Thon by supporting Penn Foundation. Now is a great time to make that call to the number on your screen, go online and donate, or sign up and bid in the auction. The auction will close tonight at 7:45, just prior to our announcement of our total raise toward that $150,000 goal. So now let's hear from another one of Penn Foundation's clients.
This all came about very suddenly to us. It was just before her 21st birthday. And for the first 5 or 6 years, it was a complete struggle.
I was very off balance. I don't know where I was going to go, what kind of people I would meet. And I was nervous.
We sought help. We needed help, not only for Lisa, but for ourselves. And we struggled in some cases getting that help.
I was in a lot of apartment programs. They weren't too good as Penn Villa is. I needed to budget my money. Nobody was there for me to budget my money. I needed help cooking.
Lisa was in a study program in her late 20s, and the caseworker said, you know, Lisa should live away from you. Lisa should live on her own. She should be involved in trying to get her own life together. And you can have your own life too. That's how we got involved with Penn Foundation. We found Penn Foundation. I looked into it. It was wonderful. One of the things that I really liked about it is there was very little turnover of the people that worked there. That meant that they were happy, basically happy with their jobs. They were happy in what they did, and that would turn over into help for my daughter. And it has been a good experience.
I've been through Penn Foundation for 25 years. It's just awesome. There's no words I can express living here. I have a townhome. I got new stuff in my townhome. My roommates are great. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Originally, when Lisa started therapy with Penn Foundation, my wife Judy and I got involved with the partial hospitalization program on an outpatient level for us, for the family member. It was tremendous. It solidified things that we were able to do and help Lisa with, and to understand the illness much better than we had previously. Things changed. They didn't change overnight, but they changed. And they changed drastically.
I have grown. I'm an only child, so I had to share, you know, and I wasn't too good at that. But as I progressed in my townhome, I learned how to share with other people, which was hard for me. I wake up in the morning, I eat my breakfast, I get ready to go to Wellspring Clubhouse. I just joined the health and wellness unit. We prepare lunch, and I work with like 4 other people. I'm learning how to cook, and hopefully I can bring it back at home to get the recipes. I've been having the computer for the past 3 years. I email, I Zoom with him. He'll be in Florida, I Zoom. He'll be down the shore, I Zoom.
For all these years, Lisa didn't know how to use a computer. And now all of a sudden, a new world has opened up for her. If you're listening to this or you're watching this, you have the ability to make a telephone call to the Penn Foundation. Someone will answer that phone, and I'm sure you're going to get some help.
The people that are struggling, just write a journal and just keep positive and have motivation. My mom passed away, so it was hard for me. I was like in the ambulance every other day, and I just overcame everything. It gets better every day.
You don't have to do this alone. There is help for you. You just have to ask for it.
It's kind of hard, without a mom, but, it's just me and him. That's why we're so close. I don't have brothers and sisters, but I do have a wonderful social life.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful time for us, for all of us, for my daughter and what she has learned and what she's doing with her life, and for myself and someone that I met, Susan. Our life is a little bit easier in the fact that we know that Lisa has wonderful, wonderful people surrounding her. And I thank everyone that's involved in the Penn Foundation for everything they've done for her.
Dad, you've been an awesome father. Your support, your caring. No words can express how much I care for you. And Susan too, I care a lot about you too. But Dad, you're an awesome dad and I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, wow. Just a truly inspiring story from Lisa and her dad. So joining me again to share more about the residential program and other services Lisa has experienced at Penn Foundation is Wayne. Hi, Wayne. So much to unpack there, an amazing story. Great advice, too, from Lisa. She hit on the journaling on a bad day, and really just an all-encompassing program. Is Penn Villa a unique program?
Well, it is. And let me just say, Joy, one of the privileges of my life is that I've gotten to know some of our families and some of our clients, and I've had the privilege of getting to know Don and Lisa, and I knew Judy. And I think that what you're hearing here is a story of hope. I mean, there's a consistent theme with regard to everything that we're talking about tonight, with regard to the people who come to Penn Foundation and benefit from our services. There's a hopefulness that meaningful lives can be had with help, with support, with the right interventions. And it's a privilege for all of us to walk alongside of these families in their journey. So there was a lot of reference today. So to answer your question, Pennville is unique. Right now, Penn Foundation has 59 beds, if you will, individual living situations in the community in 3 different sites, and they're structured for people who have different needs. And that's the other theme, really, of tonight. One size does not fit all. So our programs, whether it's those 59 beds in the community, whether it's all the services that we wrap around those individuals, they're all really focused on meeting the needs of every person. The other thing that was really kind of fun in this and interesting is you probably drive past it all the time. Lisa made comment about the Wellspring Clubhouse. And it's on 309. It sits on the grounds of what had been Rock Hill Mennonite Community, and now is part of Inspired Ministries. And we're there as a $1 a year tenant. And we have the program that Lisa described. It's a psychosocial, a voluntary rehabilitation program that offers support with regard to socialization, occupation, and connection and hopefulness in the community for people who very often don't have that.
Right. And Lisa mentioned working with Penn Foundation for 25 years. Is that typical for individuals receiving residential services?
It depends. We have people who come into our programs, into our outpatient program, and they're there for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months. We have other people who have serious and persistent illness that require a lifetime of care, just as people require a lifetime of care for physical health issues. So it's not a matter of how long people stay at Penn Foundation. It's a matter of meeting those individual needs in these unique and individual programs.
And those needs can really come about at any time. Lisa mentioned she didn't need help until she was 21. Can mental illness strike at any age?
It can, and that's not unusual. About 75% of major mental illnesses manifest themselves, identify themselves by the time people are in their mid-20s.
And how is Penn Foundation navigating the increased demand for services for so many reasons?
Well, we're doing this. Right. I mean, we benefit from the community because behavioral health has always been grossly underfunded, or in some cases, is not stated unfunded. So our board and our staff has always really been focused on the mission and meeting the needs of the community. And those needs change. So if you think about Penn Foundation as a whole, probably about 30%, 35% of what we do has to do with mental health services, ranging from traditional outpatient to some of our more intensive assertive community treatment programs. About a third of what we do has to do with substance use disorder, and we have a full continuum of care from inpatient to outpatient, intensive outpatient. And then lastly, we have residential and rehabilitative services that are really important. But I think the thing that's unique not only about Penn Foundation, but about our new partnership with St. Luke's, is being part of that family, we now have a full range of service so that we can literally, in all those areas, wrap the services around individuals based on their need.
That's amazing. And between everything you're talking about, all of the stories we've shared, all of the generosity, this is just such an inspiring night. So thank you so much to you, Wayne. And if you haven't already, now is the time to join us with so many others who have already given to tonight's Hope-A-Thon. As a reminder, you can call or go online to donate or bid in the silent auction. Just dial or visit the website on your screen now as you listen to a few words from our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll be joined by a special guest, so stay with us.
Local news matters.
And we're the team that's dedicated to covering what matters most to you.
From the Lehigh Valley to Berks County and beyond, 69 News is there.
The stories that impact your life, putting your world into perspective and building a connection with our community.
Every day, 69 News is covering what's happening right now. All the latest news, weather, and sports.
This is where you work.
This is where you live.
It all comes together on 69 News.
We all have hopes and dreams, where we're going in life and how we'll get there. Like renovating your home, putting money away for a rainy day, taking care of the family, saving for retirement and college, and baby showers. Planning ahead now so you'll be comfortable later. Wherever you are in life, or want to be, it's time to see what's possible with Univest. Univest Bank and Trust Co. is member FDIC.
At Bergey's Auto Group, we are creating new ways to be driven to serve.
Our local dealerships deliver a transparent, fast, and convenient sales process that our customers love. You can shop from home or in our showrooms.
Bergey's is also a great place to sell your car. Visit Bergeys.com and get a Kelly Blue Book certified offer for your vehicle in minutes.
Start your Bergey's experience at Bergeys.com.
Bergey's, a trusted name since 1924.
Driven to serve!
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
Introducing a revolutionary new way to bank and borrow.
Hello, I'm Deanna, your Video Advisor Network Associate, Vanna. Whatever field you're in, no matter how busy you are, we can connect face-to-face to help you meet your financial goals. Just tap and go.
Well, this is amazing.
By the way, what's the calf's name?
It's Vanna.
Vanna from American Heritage brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology. Come join American Heritage Credit Union today.
Welcome back to the St. Luke's Penn Foundation Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Joining me now is Alyssa Bainbridge. Thanks so much for being here, Alyssa.
So happy to be here.
Well, Alyssa is a journalist, nonprofit CEO, mental health advocate, and this year's Miss Pennsylvania. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
And you have your own incredible platform now to share your message. This is such an important cause to you. What is life like as Miss Pennsylvania?
Well, it's a dream come true. I said when I was 9 years old that I wanted to be Miss Pennsylvania and go to Miss America. So every day's a dream, getting to represent the Miss America organization at the state level, and of course to, have this amazing platform to share a message and advocate for an issue that's really important to me, and that is mental health and recovery.
Yeah, so let's talk about your social impact initiative. Why have you made it your mission to advocate for mental health and recovery always, but especially now as Miss Pennsylvania?
Sure. Well, it was always a part of my life. Growing up, I had an older brother and a younger sister who struggled with mental illness and with bipolar disorder specifically. And my older brother, Tyler, developed an opioid addiction later in his life as a result of untreated bipolar disorder. And we unfortunately lost him to a fentanyl overdose in 2018. So this has become my life's mission. Whether I had a crown or I didn't, I would be advocating for this, and I would be sharing not only Tyler's story, but also the story of my sister, who now is 20 years old and living in recovery from bipolar disorder and other mental illnesses, and she's studying to be a psychologist and help other people. So I use this platform as Miss Pennsylvania to share those contrasting stories and show just how vitally important early intervention is for mental health that my sister got and that my brother unfortunately didn't. So I share those stories to, just show the importance of early intervention and of creating stigma-free spaces for people to live in who are struggling. And so a lot of my work as Miss Pennsylvania is really focused on ending the stigma associated with mental illness. It's called the More Than Project. And I just let people know that they're so much more than a mental illness, more than an addiction, and that they matter and that they're loved, because sometimes all it takes is that support and that encouragement for people to be able to get toward their recovery.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And I understand you spent some time at Penn Foundation earlier today learning about the services at their campus as well as others across St. Luke's network. So as someone who has clearly been impacted by these illnesses and who is now an advocate, what did you think? How was your day?
I have to say it was amazing. I mean, aside from the campus being absolutely beautiful, I was just amazed by all of the services that they offer, and truly that they are offering that full continuum of care. And an issue that I've seen often that a lot of people talk about in this space is that especially the substance use disorder space and the mental health disorder space are often treated as separate, and they don't cross over. But I love that here it's recognized that they all go together, and so many people have co-occurring issues like my brother did. So I love that Penn Foundation has that full continuum of care and that extensive care. And I also love that they offer care for the whole family, because I know more than anyone that addiction and any mental illness is truly a family disease. And you really need to reach recovery together as a family. So I love that they're providing that extensive care for the entire family at whatever stage the person is in their journey to recovery.
I'm so glad you got a chance to check that out today. Is there anything you want to say to anyone out there who's considering donating, who's considering getting involved, just, how to take that next step?
Absolutely. We've been saying tonight that our country's in a mental health crisis right now. It has never been more vitally important to be talking about these issues, and people have never needed the kind of care and services that the Penn Foundation provides more than they do right now. But it's also important to, keep in mind and just recognize that this is never an issue outside of yourself. We all know someone who's living with a mental illness, and it might not be you or a family member right now, but it very well could be in a matter of time. So just know that the donations that you're giving are going toward potentially your friend, your family, your neighbor. And if it's not that way right now, it could be, because mental health disorders and substance use disorders touch all of us at some point in our lives in some way.
They really do. Thank you so much for sharing. It is not always easy to do that, so we really appreciate you opening up. Thank you. Well, before we get to our final story of hope, please make your final bids in the online auction. Again, lots of tickets and brunch and bikes, great stuff there. It closes at 7:45. You can also jump online or call to make your donation. So now let's watch as Brenda tells us about her struggle with addiction and how, after trying other treatment programs, she was able to reclaim her life because of the people and the services at St. Luke's and Penn Foundation's recovery programs.
I came to Penn Foundation
because I was drinking to the point where I was getting sick. I was drinking for a long time, and I got to the point where I needed to drink instead of just wanting to drink. I used to ask, not my daughters, but my husband, he knew to the, the point that I was getting, and he would lock the bottle like away when he wasn't there, or so I couldn't drink it.
I knew I had to start locking it up and, just try to keep it away from her. But then she started to get sick.
The one morning I was getting really sick, and I asked him if I could please just have a little bit, and he told me no. He goes, I'm not doing this anymore. I love you, I care about you, I'm not doing this. You need to get help. So he didn't give it to me, and I started getting really sick. So he called Tanya, and she took me to the hospital.
When she finally went to the hospital that time was the first time she ever even said she drank.
I got transferred to the detox, the Sacred Heart detox, and they took me in an ambulance there. And on the way there was the worst time of my whole entire life. Like, I thought I wanted to just die. It was bad. I was there for 3 days, I think it was, and I had constant attention. They met all of my needs. I had this caseworker constantly coming in, and he kept saying, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? I kind of knew what was coming, where I think they had already talked to my family and did not want me to come home. So he kept talking about rehab. He goes, just try. You're not going home either way. The thing that I had to admit to myself first was that I have a problem.
For her to realize that and know that's what you got to do, felt pretty good about that. She finally realized that it's tearing her family apart and it wasn't good.
Penn Foundation, he said, is wonderful. He worked there, and he could really guarantee me that it was going to be different. This man named Charles picked me up, and we were driving, and he goes, how you feel about going here? I said, I don't know. I'm scared. I don't really think I want to go. He goes, well, how about if you just give it your best shot? Can you do that? Something just kind of came over me when he said that to me, like, if I'm here, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to do whatever I can to make this work for me, to make my family proud, who's been there with me through everything. And we got there, and I stepped in the door, and I go, okay, God, here we are. We're gonna do this. And that's what I did.
When she finally went to rehab and saw that her old self was coming back, it was really happy.
Every day I was there, I just got more excited I felt good about myself. I thought I'm not a bad person. I learned that alcohol is a disease, not that I want to drink. It's a bad disease that my body was allergic to, and that's why I kept getting sick. The people I was with, I think there was 6 other girls with me. I got to know each and every one of them personally, that I cared about them, that I think nobody ever really did. I gave them hugs. I wanted them to make it so bad that was my goal. I really like this. I want to help people. I want them. Some people would sleep till 10 o'clock and group was at 9. Why are you still sleeping? Get up. Let's go do this. Let's go to church on Sunday. Let's do this. And they kind of were pretty receptive to me. They liked me. I made the best of every situation, and I think they all saw that. They liked it. And when I left, oh my gosh, they wrote me letters and gave me hugs, and they cried. It was good that I think I made some kind of impression on them.
We're very happy that we found Penn Foundation and all their resources, and including us in the recovery, so we know how to help her and what, to make her succeed. We want her to, keep going forward and not take steps back. So it was really helpful, and we're very thankful that they, included us in it, that it wasn't just her all by herself.
I learned a lot there, And it was the best thing I ever did, was go there.
You know, we were a part of it. You know, before it was, we couldn't even talk to her. We couldn't go see her. She was 7 hours or 5 hours away, and it was horrible. This time it was, I could talk to her, and I could just hear it in her voice every day that she was getting better.
You really have to want it. So I hope I could tell somebody, you can really do this. So I hope, that's what I want to do. I think if I talk to, like, somebody would come up to me and say, Brenda, how did you do this? What did you do? I did it from in here.
Well, another powerful story that offers hope to others struggling with addiction, as well as the family that surrounds them. Here with me again is Wayne McGrower. And Wayne, in addition to Brenda's story being inspiring, it also highlighted the work St. Luke's and Penn Foundation are doing together to bring these important services to individuals in need. Can you kind of expand on that?
Sure, absolutely. I think one of the things we always talk about is that before COVID, we were already fighting a pandemic. In the year before COVID, 78,000 people died of overdose deaths in this country. This past year, that number's increased to 110,000. So it's not a pandemic that's gone away. It's not an issue that's gone away. And I think the opportunity, and you heard part of this here, Penn Foundation had most of a full continuum of substance use disorder, but the one thing that we were lacking was the connection to physical health. So Brenda's experience started actually at Sacred Heart Hospital in a medical detox program that is now part of our combined program. So St. Luke's benefited from the perspective of suddenly having access to this full continuum of care, and we benefited because suddenly we're part of a physical health system. So there are lots of things that we can do together. The other thing that I often say, and I know it's getting late and math is math, but you know, if you look at all of the hospitals in the St. Luke's system, they serve, not counting urgent care, about 350,000 people a year in their emergency departments. The estimate is that about half of those people, even if they present for a physical health issue, have some sort of co-occurring substance use disorder. So if you do the quick math there, that means that of those 350,000 people, roughly 175,000 people are presenting to St. Luke's EDs who have some either mental health or substance use disorder. So there is incredible potential to improve the lives of people in our communities, because here's the other interesting fact. Less than 10% of those people get the care they need. So Penn Foundation is here, and we have this incredible partner now in St. Luke's, and we're able to do some of these things that we could have only dreamed about before.
Well, that's very true. And Brenda mentioned help really does have to come from within, but having her family was such a huge help. How important is that support?
It's critical. I mean, it's been a constant thread of all the videos that you saw here tonight. The ability to, I mean, look, Julia, we always talk about the fact that nobody chooses to be ill. Nobody chooses to deal with these issues. This is not a matter of choice. No one wants to be ill. No one chooses their illness. So our goal is to be there for people, to support them in their journey, and to wrap services and, to the best of our ability, family and support networks around them. So whether it's early intervention or substance use disorder or the Wellspring Clubhouse, that's a consistent thread that you've heard in all of these discussions tonight.
Yeah, and she also spoke about the staff, and can't say enough about the incredible staff, and all of which is why we're here for that funding. Speaking of, I understand we have a generous donation to announce. Now, unfortunately, the H&K group couldn't be here tonight to make the check presentation in person, but Wayne, you were asked to share their contribution.
I am, and again, this just speaks to the extraordinary community that we're part of. Haynes & Kibble House, a wonderful company that we work with in a variety of ways. We have an EAP program with them that supports them and their staff. recently had a golf outing within the last couple of months. And this year they dedicated the proceeds of that golf outing to the work, to the 25 programs at Penn Foundation. And that benefit to us was $49,200,
Wow.
which is amazing.
Huge. That's amazing.
We are just so grateful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to them and to everyone. We only have a few minutes left, but I want to invite Dorothy to join us here again on stage as we close out the program. Wayne, another amazing Hope-A-Thon. I personally learned so much. I hope everyone here learned so much and everyone watching from home. How do you feel about out tonight and just the program in general?
Just wonderful. And again, we are so grateful. Words don't describe the feelings that we have for your support and for the work that we do in this community with your help. So thank you all for coming out tonight.
Yes, and Dorothy, thank you for joining us to close out the program. Do you have the final total? We are on the edge of our seats.
Yes, we are very, very excited and delighted and grateful to announce that the total for this evening is $169,111.
Wow.
Yes. So thank you. Thank you to H&K. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing your evening with us as we work to bring hope to the community.
We not only hit the goal, we surpassed it at 69. No less, right?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know, maybe it's a sign. Well, thank you to the generosity of so many. We have surpassed the goal, and we'll close out the program. Dorothy, would you like to share any final thoughts that you have for the people here and for our viewers?
Thank you again. Again, just thanks for this. Thank you for sharing your evening when we know there are the Phillies and the Eagles waiting for us. But thank you in supporting us and supporting all of our staff and our clients in bringing hope. That's what we're all about.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Go Phillies and go Eagles, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching St. Luke's Penn Foundation's Autumn Hope-A-Thon. Brought to you by American Heritage Credit Union. We offer you the right financial solutions because you're family.
For over 70 years, American Heritage Associates have been bringing personalized financial solutions to our members. I'm proud to introduce our newest associate, Vanna.
I'm Paige, your Vanna video advisor. We can connect face-to-face, wherever you are, no matter how busy you are, for a revolutionary way to achieve your financial goals. How can I help you today?
Vanna brings you best-in-class people through best-in-class technology, banking and borrowing your way. Join American Heritage today.